I think that is one of the catchiest choruses, not of that album, of that year, but maybe of the fucking genre.
And I almost said this to get Guru to come to my house and cuddle with me.
Let's just put the tip in and see how it feels.
Coming in at number 10, even though the video is cheesy as fuck.
If you've seen Ryan's wife, you know he has pretty good taste.
Love the cast in the video too, if you know what I'm talking about. So,
yeah, I used to spend all my money on booze and chicks, and the rest of it I wasted.
Red hot woman by the name of Jane, rock and roll queen, drive a man insane.
Joke.
Telling me about the time you got crabs in college.
The ones you gave me? 29.
29. 29.
Not a day over.
His balls just dropped 2 weeks ago. So
into Guru's mouth.
Apartment A's lonely, the action's upstairs.
All right, speaking of dumb names, we got Ryan next. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
She shake her hips, she make a blind man blush.
Ryan, make sure you're not masturbating during the intro again.
I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not. Well, one of Ryan's brief moments of having taste, he said, my number 7.
Hey Hopper, how about you stop like sounding like you know everything and making the rest of us look bad?
I was gonna guess that you found like a 500-pound stripper to set on your face.
I tell my students I'm 29.
And you know those fuckers haven't learned anything, so they aren't gonna know. Look, I came here to do 2 things: chew bubblegum and talk hair metal. And it looks like I'm almost out of bubblegum. Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. And it is Roundtable time again. And you'll see at least 3 of us are wearing KIX shirts because it is time to talk about KIX from Maryland. And I have no problem saying I think one of the great and underrated bands of the hair metal genre. And with that, let's meet our Roundtable contestants. We have Ryan from California. Ryan, welcome back to the show. Feel free to plug any shit you got to plug.
Cool. Thanks for having me. KIX is one of the best, man. I was really happy that you guys suggested this band. Very underrated, very underappreciated. I'm very stoked about it. Only thing I got to plug is I'm part of the Metalcast studio band with Metal Mike from the 80s Glam Metalcast. Street judgment's what you'll get. A little knock-one-net. He's gotta finish up the set. He's a vigilante rocker. He's a heavy metal Rambo. Yeah, so go listen to Heavy Metal Rambo. And shit, I was free. That's the only, and fucking, give me some other stuff. There's Fighters, there's Headbangers Ball,
and then
there's Theater of Glam.
And Theater of Glam. So they are, writing music that sounds like it would come from fucking 1986. And legitimately, it's awesome. It's all on YouTube. Go check it out. So Ryan, thanks for being back. We got Bergie. Back from the Rock Resurgence Radio guys. His buddy Chad is out of commission today, but Bergie is here. Bergie, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. You got me flying solo, the better looking half of Chad and Bergie from Rock Resurgence Radio.
Debatable.
I just want to say congratulations, first of all, to Hair Metal Guru for his 3,000 subscribers.
Yes, thank you.
Nice.
You're the kind of the guy where we contacted and we want to kind of emulate your show in a little bit of a way. So you can find our stuff on YouTube, just like Guru, Rock Resurgence Radio. We're on anywhere you can listen to a podcast, Spotify, Apple, several other places, I guess, any way you can find it. But we recommend you watching us on YouTube since we're not big time like Guru. We play a lot of the tunes because we're not monetized. So check us out on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being back. Next, we got Jay from Iowa. Jay, the guitar player from the band Stone Park Ritual. Jay, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. It's always a lot of fun.
All right. Awesome. Anything, what's new with you? Are you still in farm season? Or what?
Harvest is essentially done with.
Okay.
Got a bunch of rain, which is taking care of getting anything done in the fields right now, but soon I won't see the light of day. I'm not looking.
Okay. All right. Well, probably nobody needs to see you in the light anyway. Just kidding. Fucking
Wow.
Just kidding. Hey. And we got Brian from the Hairband Basement. Brian, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on again. Let me plug my shit. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there. I have a show on the Station Hat app. Download the app, look up Hairband Basement, and there I play the deepest of tracks, the rarest of bands, and the little-known songs from the biggest named artists from before, during, and after the Decade of Decadence. So you won't hear Pour Some Sugar on Me or Here I Go Again. So I play the deep tracks there.
Awesome. And thank you for being back on. Check out his show. Follow me on X as well at Hair Metal Guru. And finally, we got Hopper from Hopper's Metal Show. Talk about big time. This guy's the big time. Go check out his YouTube channel. Hopper, first time here. We've been chatting on Facebook about doing a video together. I've been watching his videos. Great stuff. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
And go ahead and promote your shit, whatever you got to promote.
Well, you done promoted, I guess, just basically got Hop's Metal Show. Been doing about 3 years. Started out doing reaction videos, got into we've actually got a couple interviews. I'm gonna try to hook you up for the interview with Rick Rule, and working on Gary Jeffries from Asphalt Ballet.
Oh, no shit.
So that might be paying now soon. I'll pass that on along because he's a super cool dude.
All right. So yeah, he was.
Go ahead.
Hopper's trying to hook me up with Rick Rule from Every Mother's Nightmare. I fucking love that band. So hoping to get an interview with him. So Hopper, thanks for being back on, or for being on. Hey.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, and I appreciate it. And all these guys that do the videos, man, thank you so much. And to everybody that watches, hey, I appreciate any time that you spend, on this channel. So while we're at it, please like, subscribe. What the hell? Ring the bell if you want to get notifications. Special shout out to my members who make the Guru go. I like to show a couple things. This is my fucking Charlie. You pawing the shit out of my leg down here. So she'll probably be on here.
Maybe she loves KIX.
Yeah, she loves KIX.
Can't blame her.
This is an original ad for the Midnight Dynamite album from is that 85? I think 85. So it's in black and white. And just a couple more. This is a hit parade. Ow, shit. This is a hit parader ad for Hotwire. And I won't spend too much time on these. And 2 album flats for Blow My Fuse and for Hotwire. That's fucking upside down. Real cool. And Hotwire. So, album flats. All right. Counting down our favorite KIX songs from number 10 to number 1. And with that, let's get into it. We're going to start with Ryan. And we're going to go Ryan, Bergie, myself, Jay, Hopper, and finish with Brian. Ryan, what is your number 10 from KIX?
Okay, cool. My number 10 is an epic album track from the well underrated Midnight Dynamite, and it is Scarlet Fever.
Nice.
And if you get that chorus and you can hear it right now, it'll be stuck in your head. And I know 2 KIX albums very well. It's Midnight Dynamite and Blow My Fuse, so you might see a lot of those songs from those 2 albums.
Okay,
that always make my list.
Okay,
that's good. Yeah, that's great too.
Yeah, that's one of the songs off Midnight Dynamite that was in. It's in my honorables, not on my list. Moving on, Bergie, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is kind of a signature live track, fan favorite. Yeah, from their first album. It's kind of a live performance staple. Steve's got this rant that he does in the middle of the song where he talks about the girl that walked out on him New Year's Eve, and I just love that.
She threw up all over the floor.
Yeah, and then they change it up all the time.
All my lewds.
We've had 2 lewds left.
2 lewds left. Lewds.
Every time I go woman hunting, it always seems to blow up in my face.
You're talking about the big bottle of Jack Daniels,
the little one,
not the
big one.
Right on. So, and Chad, my partner, He's also got that at number 10, and he's got in parentheses the live version. So from the live album, which little different rant in the middle.
Yeah, I made my honorables. That's a great tune.
It is, and it might sound fucked up, but he acts like after she puked, like that was it. You know, just wash her off and clean her up and brush her teeth, and you're good to go. Okay.
Wow, and right. deal with the charges later.
I'm not talking about. Okay, let's not. Anyway, okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move on, and let's move on to me and my number 10, from an album that it bums me out that in 1991 KIX put out the follow-up to Blow My Fuse called Hotwire. And you know, I think people were expecting big things. Blow My Fuse went platinum. Well, shit. In 1991, you're getting a little bit too late in the game. And there I mean, I have more than one, so I got a lot of shit to talk about from this album, but I'm going to start off with the song Same Jane. Makes my number 10. And you'll hear this throughout the video. Guitars that just open, you know, it's like AC/DC. You know, when I think of AC/DC, I think of opening guitar riffs that just grab you by the balls. Oh, wait, these aren't my balls. Lower, dumbass. Okay, down there anyway. So awesome guitars. Steve Whiteman's voice is just fucking rock and roll defined, and their choruses will not leave your head. Same Jane from Hotwire comes in at number 10.
Nice.
Nobody got any comments on that? Nobody want to be a smart ass? Okay. No,
nope. Next fuckface.
All right, let's move on to the next fuckface. And Jay, what's your number 10?
See, I've been saving my rant. See, we did that soundtrack one. You know, I had Shocker number 5 and you had Ryan's votes. He just took my fucking number 10, Scarlet Fever from Midnight Dynamite. Proving, I suppose, at least, Ryan, you do have a little bit of good taste. You know, you like Love Bites.
Yeah, that kills it.
Hey, if you've seen Ryan's wife, you know he has pretty good taste. No offense.
Hey, dude, it could be our number 10.
Great fucking song. I love it. So on to Hopper, yeah.
Okay, Hopper, what's your number 10?
All right, I decided I want to do my list a little different because I told you I'd seen them like I'm thinking like 25 times. So wow. I'm going to go with my top 10 live songs that I've always looked forward to hearing at shows. So coming in at number 10, even though the video is cheesy as fuck, is Body Talk.
Okay.
Off Cool Kids.
Wow.
I saw them do that in 92. Man, they destroyed it. They took out the synthesizers, just had distorted, and then they done the voice box kind of Joe Perry style. It was awesome. And I was sold on that song after that.
Shit. You know, I saw KIX only once. And it just devastates me to say that, but it was on their last tour. Was that 23 or 22? Anyway, they came to Fargo and played the summer fair. And Steve Whiteman is like 61 years old.
Yeah.
And he looks exactly like he did in the fucking 80s. And he sounds amazing. And you're like, oh, I mean, what a phenomenal live band. Now, I've seen lots of shit on YouTube. Like there's an amazing 1991 or 92 concert from what's the place in Maryland that was really popular?
Hammerjacks.
It's a rock and roll club. Anyway, yeah. So great live band. So, okay. Yeah. Feel free to do whatever you want, Hopper. Hey, it's your show, you know, hey, rearrange it where you want to do it. I'm just kidding. Awesome. It's cool to hear from somebody who's been able to see him that many times live.
I want to say this about the album Cool Kids. It's different than all the other albums. It's got a lot of weird, like, that's what I'm looking for, popish synth songs on it, which is just, it's unfortunately, I like the album, but I have nothing from them on my list. But yeah, it's really different than all the other albums.
I think they sold their soul when they done that album.
Yeah.
It
didn't do that great.
Yeah. And there are some good songs on it, but it's not represented on my list. There are couple cool songs, but Okay, let's move on to Brian from the Hairband Basement. What's your number 10?
All right. Speaking of barely represented albums, it's the only one I have off their debut, and the song is "The Itch." I like that kind of gentle sounding guitar sound in the beginning, and then it kicks in a little bit, but it has a relaxed feeling to the tune, which is something that I think most of my other songs don't have. But I always like the line: "Woke up this morning, fell out of bed, all night jukebox pounding in my head." But yeah, that's one of my favorite tunes off that album. So that's my number 10.
And that album came out in 1981.
Yeah.
You think about, and I think I've probably talked about this before, but you think about the beginning of hair metal being Motley Crue. KIX's debut came out before Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love. No, not that, but they were there right at the beginning, and I don't think they get much credit for being part of the beginning of that sound, that look, and everything that we came to love. So with that, and Brian's song "The Itch," that kind of
Here we go. Go ahead. Here's the joke.
telling me about the time you got crabs in college, and you called it "The Itch."
The ones you gave me?
No, but
oh, not those. Okay.
you had to buy that Ridge shampoo. Anyway.
You said the one time he had it.
Yeah.
And who needs the shampoo? All you do have to do is shave all your pubes off. Bye, crabs. I mean,
there you go. You're learning something here on Guru's show.
I've been doing that since the late '90s, anyway. So
ahead of the curve.
There's no grass on the playing field. Okay. All right.
God.
All right, we're getting a little bit too deep here.
No, I can't even hear that.
Let's move on to our number 9, and we'll start with Bergie. Bergie, what's your number 9?
My number 9. This is where I have "Don't Close Your Eyes." So I'm a big ballad guy, but KIX isn't really a ballad, even though they have, I think, a better ballad or two than this one. Just because this one was one that was the right ballad at the right time, and it got them a little bigger. This was their hit. So they deserved more love, in my opinion, honestly. And like I said, they weren't really a ballad band, but they have several other cool ballads. "For Shame," "Walking Away," "If You Run Around," and I would say "Tear Down the Walls," I think, is even a better ballad than this one. But this is the one that kind of broke them. So I had to fit it on my list somewhere, and this is where I wanted to put it. Number 9, Chad has "Walking Away" right here at number 9.
Okay, another ballad.
Another good ballad.
You guys like the Pussy ballads? Oh wait, shit, I like those too.
That's the only ballad on my list.
All right.
Well, I have 0.
Oh, what's that?
I have 0. I got a man's list here, but go ahead.
Man, obviously you never got laid till you got married, because anybody, you had to be able to play the ballad. You were
late bloomer. It's fine. Don't judge me.
Okay. Hey, speaking of ballads, my number 9 is also a ballad, and it is "Tear Down the Walls," also from Hotwire. And I remember, the ad, the Hotwire ad that I showed earlier, it says on the ad, also featuring the ballad, the ballad of the summer in "Tear Down the Walls." And I think they were thinking that after "Don't Close Your Eyes" blew up, that this, because it's a great ballad. It's got a keyboard intro. I think that Steve Whiteman's gritty vocals really, they bring out like the fucking meaning in a song. Like Tom Kiefer from Cinderella. Those ballads always hit a little bit harder because that grit in the voice, like, basically says, "Hey, I've been fucked before, and let me sing to you about it." So, great song. A lot of meaning in it. Not the seriousness. It's more of just your basic love song, but it's fantastic. "Tear Down the Walls" is my number 9.
I'm with you, Chris. I think that's a better song than "Don't Close Your Eyes."
Yeah,
it's a better
absolutely.
ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, "Tear Down the Walls" was scrapped about halfway through the video. I think I've got some making of that video somewhere around here.
No shit. So they were gonna make a video, and then the album was probably kind of bombing, and they were like, fuck, we're not finishing it.
Yeah, and it might be on this channel. I got some stuff from Hotwire the making of Girl Money and stuff like that. So it might be on this channel. If not, I've got it somewhere. I'll see if I can scrounge it up.
Be on what channel?
My Hops
His
Hops
channel.
Metal
Okay.
Show channel.
Okay, awesome, because I want to see that shit because I haven't seen any of that, and that would be kick-ass to see.
Yeah, see, I got some stuff on there from other stuff, like from videos and stuff on my channel
Right.
also. So
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, that's a bummer. Jay, what's your number 9?
Drop Me the Bomb. KIX to me has always been like an American 80s version of AC/DC. That type of guitar riff in that song personifies it now. Granted, if you want to see where they're really of an American AC/DC, She Loves Me Not off of Show Business is essentially Big Balls. I'm sure you guys have probably heard that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I love the riff. Simple, tasty. It works.
I'm
Nice.
right with you. I hear that AC/DC influence in a lot of their shit, so
Yeah.
that's a good call.
Yeah,
All right,
there's-
Hopper, what's your number 9?
all right, my number 9 is Sex off Midnight Dynamite. The song was always
Guru doesn't know that
hated the
one.
song, but then when Steve Whitman
Sex?
done
No,
this-
I'm good. But what was your number 9? No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, when I went, I don't know if y'all remember Funny Money, but that was Steve Whitman's little side project he done right after KIX disbanded. Anyway, they played Sex. That was a staple song in their set list. So it became one of my favorites, and I've got it coming in at number 9.
I think Funny Money put out like what 3 or 4 albums. You'd probably know better.
I think 2.
Okay. So a couple albums, and
Yeah.
it's basically KIX style
Yeah.
music. I mean, they weren't trying anything different, but there was some really good shit on there. I think I have one of their CDs. So
Yeah, their first one's really good.
yeah,
There was stuff that I think when they first done it, they was only doing stuff that Steve had helped write. They do like half KIX stuff and half Funny
Right.
Money, but then it got more demand and more money, and you know how it goes.
right. Okay, Brian, it's your number 9.
Well, Jay took mine. She dropped me the bomb from
Okay.
Blow My Fuse. I mean, the way it starts off with the guitars, kicks in, the whole band comes in. It's just like you said, it's very AC/DC sounding. And I should read these like you do, Guru. Remember how I used to read them like you're reading poetry?
Yes, fucking.
But Pearl Harbor could never match things she'd done. I surrendered when I thought I had her on the run. She was a decoy. She led me right in. I was shell shocked. She left me falling in a spin. What a great lyrics. You're gonna see a lot from me from Blow My Fuse. Great album. That's my number 9.
Okay, awesome. Who started? Ryan, have you done your number 9?
No.
Ryan is the last person. So Ryan, what is your number 9?
All right, Hopper, since you're such a guru here on the band KIX, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's time for you to tell me what song this is. She shake her hips, she make a blind man blush.
Oh, that's something. That rings around Rosie.
Oh, no hesitation. I like this guy.
Well,
Good
see, I
one.
actually got.
Here it
I've
is.
actually. Spoiler is I've got that song on down the list, and that's what I wrote down.
Atta boy.
Make a blind
Very
man
good.
blush.
So
I'm
there's
like-
my number 9. So
That's a pretty
awesome.
powerful line.
Very good, dude. Awesome intro. Really catchy chorus. I love how it starts really frantic and then it settles right into the drum driven verse. And they're perfect at this. A lot of Phil Rudd influence I'm picking up in KIX here, especially in 88 and 91. So no Ring Around Rosie's number 9.
That's
Do you know
how,
what's?
that's how Blow My Fuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
Do you guys know what soundtrack that song's on? Also,
No.
Damn, I can't remember.
actually, the song's got a song by Judas Priest and a song by Dirty Looks. It's Johnny Be Good.
Oh shit!
Really? That's right.
I love
Good.
A
that
little
movie.
bit different, but it's pretty point on as the version y'all know. It's a little different.
Hey Hopper,
Wow.
how about you stop like sounding like you know everything and making the rest of us look bad?
This is the only band I know who this.
Just
Let him have his moment.
yeah. Okay, awesome. And yeah, I like that movie, Johnny Be Good. It's a high school football movie.
Yeah.
Shit, it was funny. That was a great soundtrack. So, okay,
Good stuff.
we are moving on to our number 8, and I think now we're gonna start with Bergie. Bergie, you haven't started one yet, right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
You start the last one?
I think maybe I did.
You did. All right, don't be afraid to say it. So I will start the number 8, and I will be the first person to pick a song from their tragically underrated 1995 album, Show Business.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so I remember, I still back in the mid 90s was buying all the Hit Parader, Metal Edge. Well, by 95, you weren't getting big ads and big stories, about a lot of these bands. But I think I remember seeing like a little half-page ad for Show Business. I'm like, fuck. So I go to the local media play outlet in Fargo, and they had one copy, and I'm like, shit, I'm buying this. Fucking love KIX. And that album it's phenomenal. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from the band that had Hotwire and Blow My Fuse. So 911, it just got this pulsing opening guitar riff and a chorus that just explodes. And there's multiple songs on this album that I think are close to being as good as that. So if you've never dipped into Show Business from 95, I highly recommend it. 911 is my number 8.
Cool.
Nice, dude. I respect it, man. That's a good choice.
All right. Awesome. Moving on to Jay, what is your number 8?
Blow My Fuse. Blow My Fuse would be my pick. I love the
I think
song.
he's saying Blow My Fuse.
Yes.
Yeah, we're losing your transmission.
So Jay's number 8, Blow My Fuse, fantastic song.
Good tune.
Hopper, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Ditch. Also, great song. The intro is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And man, when you hear that live, it's like great. I mean, it's just that because it just kind of builds up and it just goes into the song.
All right. Moving on to Brian, what's your number? Fuck, I'm going to get lost. 8.
8. On 8, right? My number 8 is the first song I have off Hotwire. It's a great album. Every week on Mondays on X, formerly known as Twitter, I have a kick-ass album of the week. Last week, that was the album. It's such a good album. I even opened my show with this tune. It was Rock and Roll Overdose.
Oh yeah.
Such a good tune. It's a high energy tune. It's a killer track, and there was no way I was not keep putting this on my list. No way. It's a great tune.
That album is full of shit like that, and that's in my honorable mentions. But damn, I implore people, if you're watching this video and you have not ventured, if you liked Blow My Fuse and you didn't venture Hotwire, man, I think they're close,
I'm gonna say this about Hotwire. When I got it, I really wasn't that into it because I was like, this sounds too much like AC/DC.
Right.
Like that album, they really went like, all right, we're gonna try and sound like. And at the time, I was like, I'll listen to AC/DC. This isn't. But over time, I was like, this is a great album. I can't believe I said that back in 91.
I did the exact same thing, bought it, and right away I was like, eh.
Yeah.
I did a couple times, put it away. But then, later on, one day you're bored, you're like, fuck, I really liked Blow My Fuse. I'll give it one more shot. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. I was missing something here. So I'm right.
Well, when Bump La La's might be the worst song on there, that's saying you got a good album because that's a nice song too.
And that's a good fucking song. Bump La La. Dumb song name.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Speaking of dumb names, we got Ryan next. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Very common. I get it. Whatever.
I gotta stop. I'm fucking
not as dumb as having a B before the R, but anyway.
Try harder.
Okay, Ryan.
That extra letter was too hard for you to write. God.
That's right.
Okay, this one's off the Midnight Dynamite album, and it's written by an unknown guy named Kip Winger, and
Yeah.
it's Bang Bang Balls of Fire. It's the third song on the album. Love that chorus. They got back-to-back song titles with parentheses, which is kind of cool. So here we are with my Midnight Dynamite phase.
I never understood why bands did that. Name it, bang bang, done. What's the point? Are you getting paid by the letter? I don't understand why you have to put it in parentheses. Makes no sense.
My favorite is Angel Eyes, I'll Never Let You Go.
Yeah, like
Angel Eyes, name of the song, done.
Or I'll never let you go.
Yeah, that's a sentence. Who needs that?
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, moving on. Bergie, what's your number 8?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I love KIX so much. KIX is one of my favorite bands, and this is kind of cliche, but
all right, stop kissing ass. Get to the point. Come on.
no, the honorable mentions, like literally every fucking KIX song could be an honorable mention for me. I think I can't think of a bad song that I absolutely just hate.
No.
Right here is where I got woke up this morning, fell out of bed, an all-night jukebox pounding in my head.
Nice.
Was I moving on Susie? Was I stomping on Jane? Waiting for the thunder, standing in the rain. And I knew Hopper was going to have this because this is a great live song, The Itch. And that is off the debut album, I think.
Yeah.
I did have Yeah, Yeah, Yeah off there, so I have actually had a couple of songs off of that. And then Chad mentioned that was one of his most, that's the one he listens to. That's kind of his go-to one is the first one, which is their first one, and Cool Kids are kind of a totally different sound than their, when they got into Midnight Dynamite and Blow My Fuse, that's wheelhouse right there, KIX, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't blow up on Midnight Dynamite, actually.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But after reading those lyrics, you can hear the guitar. I can hear the guitar in my head. Like it's got to go together. You can hear that guitar playing as you're reading those things.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next guy, I want to just say, you guys picked Jay and somebody else picked She Dropped Me the Bomb. When I was driving my kid, he's got Wednesday night church thing. So I'm driving over to drop him off, and that song's playing on there. And he's got a pen in his hand, and he's clicking along to the beat of the music with his pen. That's KIX right there, like in a nutshell. I don't think he's ever heard that song before, and just every song is catchy like that. I love it.
That's power.
I on X today, usually when I'm gonna record a video, I'll be like, hey, recording a video tonight on this band, hey, what songs would you include in a top 10, blah, blah, blah. And somebody, now I don't know who it was, said, that's difficult because to name all the KIX songs I like, because I've never heard a KIX song that I don't like. And I was like, yeah, that's actually really well said. That's true.
I forgot Chad's number 8 too. Chad has Cry Baby from Midnight Dynamite right here.
Okay. Sounds good. And I think that wraps up the number 8s. And we will, since I started that, we're going to go on to Jay, starting off our number 7. Jay, what do you got?
Well, KIX is a band where less is more, and that's a great thing. And they are also a band with goofy ass song titles, which brings me to my pick for this. Bump the La-La off of Hot Wire. Dumb as fuck. I mean, the name really is dumb as fuck, but it's catchy. And
very catchy.
I like catchy. So there we go.
I'm right with you. That song is actually in my honorable mentions, and it was the last one bumped. So, yeah, great song and stupid song title. Let's go on to Hopper. What's your number 7?
All right, so my number 7 coming in off of Cool Kids is, I think, the hidden gem on that album, For Shame. You're a ballad man. What do you think of it?
I listened to that over the last couple of days. It's decent. I just don't think, I didn't spend much time with that until later on. Yeah. Like after Hot Wire comes out and maybe Showbiz is in 95, you're like, fuck. I didn't know much about KIX in 81 and 83. So I think by the time I listened to those, I was kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which I can understand that.
decent song, decent song. I don't know if I love it. And in fact, they had a ballad on Show Business was the last song. And that ballad, I think you said it earlier, Bergie. What's it
Run
called?
Around.
Is it Don't You Run Around?
If you run
Yes,
around.
not my favorite ballad. And I usually
Yeah,
love pussy ballads. Ain't that right, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
100%.
Okay. Moving on. I think was Hopper, did you just do your number 7?
yeah.
Okay. Brian, what's your number 7?
Well, one of Ryan's brief moments of having taste, he said my number 7 off of Midnight Dynamite, Bang Bang Balls of Fire. That's my favorite song off the album. It's got a cool start. I like the riff. Like you said, it's a catchy chorus, such a great chorus. And I love the line, bang, bang, balls of fire, shot from 6-string electric wire. Great stuff. That's such a great tune.
Hell
I think
yeah.
that's my only one off the album, though. It's a good album, but that's my only one that rep from it.
Yep. Okay. Ryan, feel free to get Brian back with your number 7.
I don't want to insult my elders. Come on.
hey, speaking of elders, it is Brian's birthday tomorrow. I won't tell everybody how old you are, but he will
29. I'm gonna be
29. 29.
Not a day over.
His balls just dropped 2 weeks ago. So
Into Guru's mouth.
But hey, after about 10 or 13 minutes, I did spit him out. Okay.
Yeah, you gave him back. You were generous enough to do that.
All right, Ryan, what do you got?
All right. Well, it's kind of like our Warrant episode where we talked about vocals, Janie, songwriting, whatnot. Vocals is like the theme of KIX for me. But here's where I got She Dropped Me the Bomb. And I see that it's a popular one.
I see that too.
Yeah, killer bridge,
Every now and then
killer
you get
guitar, and killer chorus, dude. I got nothing more to add than that. It's just Steve Whiteman just laces this whole episode for me. So towards the top, the guitar is pretty standout. But anyway, She Dropped Me the Bomb.
I'm right with you on the vocals. Fuck. I mean, I love the guitars, but damn, I thought his vocals were original and, gritty and shit, everything I love in an 80s rock singer.
That's right.
And when a front man live, he's one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
Totally. The guy has the crowd in the palm of his hand.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
shit, at 60, the dude is running around on stage. He's not like, okay, here's our next song, blah, blah. Okay. Like you get from some guys, unbelievable live. So Bergie, number 7.
Number 7, before I give you my number 7, I just want to say, Ryan was just talking about She Dropped Me the Bomb, and they reissued these 2 albums.
Very good.
Yeah. I wanted to just kind of point out that they sound so much better. I forget, one was a 30th anniversary album, and then the other one's like a 35th anniversary album. And they got some demos of these songs and different like versions of them too. But we're just that was the version I was listening to in the car when my kid was clicking his pen along to the thing. So anyway, so I just kind of want.
Yeah, the remaster of Blow My Fuse is phenomenal. I mean, it's a true remaster, I think.
Well, Blow My Fuse it was so fucking quiet. The original.
Yeah.
If you put I'll put mix. I used to make mix, whatever, mix songs, mix CDs or whatever. And anytime I
tapes, the old bastard, it was tapes.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Because I'm an old fuck. But anytime you would put a song from Blow My Fuse on it, you would immediately go way down in the mix, and you'd have to like turn the shit up. Like, anyway, that's off topic, but yeah.
Do you think that was Beulah Hill's doings? Because Rat's earlier stuff's like that too.
Oh, Hill? Yeah.
It must. Maybe he felt like the
yeah.
instruments sounded cleaner when they weren't as loud in the mix. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, Bergie, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is when I was a young man and partying in high school, we had different party spots we went to. And one of the places that we went to all the time was called South Paradise. And I always sung this lyric in my head, baby, I'll meet you at South Paradise. Start a little chain reaction. And that's a lyric from the song Cool Kids. And that's my number 7. And that's the only appearance from this album for me is this song Cool Kids. Just a cool song. It reminds me of a simpler time. You were talking earlier, Hopper, about the video for Body Talk. Steve Whiteman definitely does look younger there. It's super cheesy. And the video for Cool Kids, right there with you. As a matter of fact, I remember watching an episode of Beavis and Butthead.
That's where I seen it.
They're making fun of these guys. Beavis and Butthead. These boys are cool. So these were the original Cool Kids to me. Anyway, Chad's got Blow My Fuse right here.
All right. I had a girlfriend in college, and we nicknamed her South Paradise. So anyway, my number 7.
Your fuse,
and I blew my fuse, and I dropped the bomb, and a bunch of other kicks. I bumped the la la, and a bunch of other song titles as well. So, my number 7 is my first and my only, surprisingly, song from Midnight Dynamite, and it is the title track. Great riff, drum. Like, I feel like, yes, whoever said, was it Jay, that the AC/DC influence, the drums, I don't play any instruments, but the drums seem simple, but it just makes it so catchy. Sometimes you don't need to add a bunch of unneeded extra shit. So great riff, love the drums, awesome chorus, Midnight Dynamite, my number 7. And did everyone finish their number 7? I think I started with Jay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So moving on to our number 6, and Hopper is going to be first up for number 6.
All right, so this song's off Blow My Fuse, making its second appearance. No Ring Around Rosie.
Yes.
Really ain't much I can say that. I think as Ryan said, that it's a great song. One of the standouts on Blow My Fuse, I think.
But Ryan doesn't really know much, so you might want to quote somebody else.
just being mean tonight.
I'm Guru too.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. For some reason today, I'm in a really good mood. I don't know why. Maybe some shit's been happening in the world lately, but it's been
nothing really going on.
All sorts of shit today. So and I don't want to get into, but anyway, yes, I'm in a good mood.
KIX will do that. We'll just leave it there.
KIX will do that to you.
Well, I was going to guess that you found like a 500-pound stripper to set on your face. I mean,
hey, those girls need loving too. All right, those girls.
500-pound stripper.
Yeah.
Oh my! Imagine hairmetal Guru dead from suffocation. His body was discovered by his cat.
Hey, 250 is my limit. Okay, 250. Okay. Shit. Now, Midnight Dynamite was my number 7. I think we're moving on to. Wait,
I just went.
You just went. Was that that was your number 6?
Yeah,
Ryan.
I'll blow my fuse. No Ring Around
What is
Rosie.
your number 6?
Me or Ryan?
Brian.
Okay, I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
Sorry.
This one is from Blow My Fuse. Get It While It's Hot. Starts with that weird keyboard thing, and then the guitar kicks in, and then the riff and the line. I'm a love machine. I'm an M16. I'll shoot you full of holes, scratch your back, give you a heart attack, drag you across the coals, and it's like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
And this one has almost like an AC/DC. It's gonna be a common theme, an AC/DC arrangement to this song where it's just those chords. Great tune. I mean, it's just awesome. It's an awesome song.
Oh, that line that you said, I love. That's like one of the catchiest parts of any song ever. And surprisingly, that is the second song. Bump the La La and what's that song called again? Get It While It's
Hot.
Yes, those were the first 2 that were on my honorables. So okay,
I think the Get It While It's Hot intro, if I remember right, is just news clippings played backwards.
Is it really? I wish that was a keyboard. Interesting.
Oh shit. Huh. All right. A lot of interesting information you get from Hopper, who apparently knows everything about KIX.
Well,
that's
the
yeah,
thing.
but I told you after that it's no more.
If you play those news clips backwards, we have Kamala Harris as president in a couple months.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm not sure when this will get published, but we are recording the day after the election. So anyway, moving on to Ryan. What is your number 6?
Okay, the second song off of Midnight Dynamite, Red Hot, Black and Blue, another parentheses song.
Yeah.
Again, showcases Whiteman's vocals. What a good chug this thing has to it. So I'm a sucker for these two albums back to back, and you're going to get a lot of those from me. So my list is, okay, I'll be honest. It's only Midnight Dynamite and Blow My Fuse.
There's no problem with that.
That's all right. That's good. Okay. Birdie.
How to say you don't know KIX without saying you don't know KIX. Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of winners in that list. My number 6.
Yep.
This is my second song that I picked off of Blow My Fuse is Cold Blood. And I almost had this song much higher in my list. And then I started listening to some other things. And I'm like, I got to put this song on there. And I got to put that song on there. Anyway, interesting story about this. When we had Jeremy on for another episode, I think he was talking about he got a Fastway cassette or something that had somebody else's music on it.
Yep.
It was a Def Leppard. It was Def Leppard and it had Fastway on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This cassette this was the first song I heard on the cassette because it was the first song that played on my cassette, but I think it's the first song on side 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had the sides of the album switched around. So this is my first taste of Blow My Fuse, and what a great song.
Yeah, I'd say.
Starts off.
I'm not going to say much, though.
She guitars. Yeah, I love it. Sing along chorus. Great tune. Chad has another song from the debut, The Kid, right here.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm actually really surprised to hear how much of those first 2 albums, and which is cool because it's nice to hear some more varied representation from this band. So my number 6 is off. I just had to let Charlie in. Is again off the Blow My Fuse album, which we have never done a KIX album ranking. I do think that would be fun to do at some point farther down the line. But off the Blow My Fuse album, and it's Red Light, Green Light, TNT. Great drum intro. I love this. The guitars breathe at the beginning, very spare guitar, and then it rips your face off when the verses come in. And I love this opening line. And I wish, when you hear it with Whiteman's voice, it's just, but time keeps on crawling. Only game in town. Tonight, the streets are calling and the fuse is burning down. Oh, I love that line. It just makes me think of like going out with your buddies and you're like, there's an endless amount of possibilities that are going to happen when you're out partying in college, good times. So love that song. Red Light, Green Light, TNT, my number 6.
I had that on my honorable mentions, actually.
Good one. Yeah, me too.
Great song.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, moving on to Jay. What is your number 6?
Birdie had it. Cold Blood. I mean, that song has got a real lofty chorus to it, which almost weird for a lot of their tunes. Usually a little bit more subdued, as far as the key that they're in. And I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm sure I'll be talking about it at some point. Anyway, okay. That ends our number 6. Hopper started that. Brian will be starting our number 5. What do you got?
I have the leadoff track and titled track from Hotwire. Great fucking song. I almost didn't have this on my list. Listening to songs last night, I gotta have this song somewhere. I was just blasting in the car today, coming home from work. Again, it has an AC/DC arrangement to it. Starts off like AC/DC, and it's a driving tune, high energy and kick ass. I always like. I got the crap. I get the hot fire to make your piston run. That's great stuff. And that chugging pre-chorus. Just great stuff. It's heavy during that part of the tune, and it's just a great song. I'm surprised I didn't put it higher, but it's a kick-ass tune.
It is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
I just want a piece of the pie. I love this chorus, dude.
Nice.
I couldn't help it. Another ripper up Blow My Fuse. The chorus won me over. Great album track. And Whiteman again just stands out.
That practically every song on that album could be in my honorable mentions. The one that, you know, there's nothing bad on that album. And I'll be honest, I feel the same way about Hotwire. So
Yeah.
So
okay.
I feel like after Midnight, starting with Midnight Dynamite, they kind of built on and improved what they were doing from the previous album. Those first two, yeah, it's almost like a different band. Once they got more hair metal-ish, they just got better and better with each album.
And Midnight Dynamite, like I don't love it like the next two Blow My Views and Hotwire, but you hear it like you hear the potential, and they fucking realized it in '88 on Blow My Fuse. So
it's weird because they like started hair metal / AC/DC-ish, then they went new wave, and then they came back to it, and then they just kept escalating from there. So there was that weird phase in Cool Kids.
Cool Kids,
yeah, totally. All right, Bergie, what's your number 5?
Yeah, those first two albums are different for sure. They're like Cheap Trick mixed with new wave or something.
Exactly, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah,
but so this is my first of a string of 3 songs off of Midnight Dynamite. That Midnight Dynamite all the way through to Hotwire. Like I definitely love Midnight Dynamite a little more than the Guru, I think. Yeah. I got 3 in a row coming on here. My door's always open. My phone's on the hook. My mailbox is waiting. My name's
great. That's a great line.
Ads in the paper, but nobody cares. Apartment A's lonely. The action's upstairs. Sex, baby. Right. This is where I got sex. The harmonica kicks ass. It's a just great beat. A fun song. It's something that shortly after this, it seems like went missing in music for a while. I don't have a lot more to say about it. I just love it. Good song.
Right with you.
Chad has right here number 5, Same Jane from Hotwire. I'll be talking about that later.
Okay. Awesome. My number 5 is again off Hotwire, and it's Girl Money. Oh, how was this thing not a big hit? Fucking like, I think KIX choruses are fucking amazing. And so I wrote down the lyrics and I'm not going to sing it, though I'm sure some of you wish I would. Out all night, time to get started. Saving all week for her bedroom party. $1 for her drink, $1 for the honey. Burning a hole, gotta spend my girl money. Like, shit. I love that song, man. It just doesn't quit, and I still don't get tired of it. So, Girl Money, my number 5.
That made my honorables. That's a heavy AC/DC influence.
Yes.
It sounds just like an AC/DC song, except Whiteman singing on it. Only different.
Yep, it was on my honorables too.
That was one I had in my top 10 and just bumped it out for something else. So definitely in my honorables.
So did you bump the la-la?
Yeah, I gotta ask you though, that lyric that you just read. I googled that lyric too for my notes for the song before I took it out of the list, and I swear to God that the lyric is saving all week for a bang boom party.
Well, maybe it is. Like I just wrote it down.
But it says when you Google it or whatever, the bedroom party. I don't know. But anyway, I listened to it several times trying to figure out if that's what it was or not.
No, you're probably right.
Good pick though.
All right. That was my number 5. Jay, what's your number 5?
Title track off of Midnight Dynamite. Wanted to make sure I got it out here before Ryan took it. I mean, I'm sure it's on his list somewhere.
I'll give you a hint. It's a great segue to my number 4. I'll give you a little hint.
No spoiler alert.
There you go.
More AC/DC inspired goodness, fellas. Love it. Great song. That's all I got.
Awesome. That was my number 7. Good call. Hopper, number 5. What do you got?
I think we're getting down to nitty gritty. It's hearing a lot of the same songs. I'm going with Same Jane as my number 5. Great song. It's always been one of my favorites on Hotwire.
Shit, yeah. Oh, that was my number 10. Yes, absolutely. Moving on to Brian, you started this one. So we are done with the number 5s. We're on number 4. Ryan, you're going to start this one. What's your number 4?
All right, Midnight Dynamite, my first KIX love. I found this CD at the flea market in 1999, and so began my KIX phase and obsession of getting all their stuff. So this was the album that they thought was going to send them to the top, and it didn't, which is very unfortunate because it's a fantastic album. It really should have. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but they took 3 years to record their next one, and this album is fantastic to me, and this opening track really kills it.
Okay. Awesome. Bergie, what do you got for number 4?
Number 4, this is my second one in a row from Midnight Dynamite. I have the song Cold Shower.
That's a good one.
Funky bass, punchy guitars. They got Ronnie 10 out of 10 Youngkins and Brian Damage Forsyth on the guitars, and then Donnie Purnell, who I didn't know this. I read tons of liner notes when I was a kid and bought these albums, but he was the primary songwriter.
Songwriting machine.
Yeah, but apparently he was hard to work with. They tried to, when they reunited in 2003, they weren't calling Donnie.
Right. Yep.
Cold Shower. I love that.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love the lyrics in that song too. They're kind of, all of the KIX' songs seem to be something about sex,
No.
which is sex, drugs, rock.
They
and
write
roll,
about it
right?
with such class.
Yeah, no, it sure do.
I was looking at you. You was looking at me. The hot tea is about 100 degrees. Love it. And Chad, did I give Chad's? This is where Chad has Girl Money from Hotwire.
Okay.
Number 4.
All right. Moving on, my number 4, going back to Hotwire again. And I think this is kind of an album track that maybe other people love it. I feel like I discovered it again in the last year. It's Loveaholic. And when I hear that song title, I'm like, fuck, here we go. Loveaholic. That sounds stupid. But damn, it is so catchy. There's this kick-ass opening drum and guitar riff intro. And that reminds me of AC/DC, where the bass waits to come in and all of a sudden the bass comes throbbing in and you're like, holy shit. Yes. Take me wherever you want to go. Unbelievable chorus. Loveaholic. One of my favorite songs from Hotwire, number 4.
Now, was the Basement Ryan that said, talked about it when you said the song titles, you could almost hear the guitar riffs playing in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he's exactly right. I've never looked at it that way, but as soon as you said Loveaholic, you could hear that intro in your head.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Jay, number 4.
For number 4, when you're talking about the bass throbbing and whatnot, I couldn't help but glance. It looked like Brian was smiling. He must be getting some sort of enjoyment out of that.
Well, you can't see what his hands are doing below his shirt.
Yeah, they're doing this. But us bass players don't get enough credit, so I'll take it where we can.
My number 4 is Don't Close Your Eyes. I'll blow my fuse. I don't think you can say enough great things about the song. The only ballad on my list. I remember catching the video when I was a kid and was instantly hooked on their sound. And that's my number 4.
Well, one thing about that song, it's not your typical lovey-dovey or I got dumped song. It's some serious shit.
No, it's dark as shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
people were writing ballads like that back at that time.
You had this. You had Faster Pussycats, House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
You're
where they
all
were
I need
going,
by
hey,
Motley.
I'm taking on a completely different type of topic. It's not,
Yeah.
oh baby, I love you, oh baby, I miss you. And I think that I mean, and that's the song that blew the album up. I'm still kind of shocked it only fucking went platinum, but anyway.
Y'all know the story behind that song, that it almost didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Alan Niven said that
yes.
he got a hit on her hands.
They were opening, I think it was for Great White, and Alan
Yeah.
was their manager, and they're playing it live, and he's like, talks to somebody on KIX's management team and says, "Hey, when are you guys releasing this as a single?" And they're like, "We're not." And he's like, "You need to fucking release this. That's a hit."
Yeah.
So they took the advice and released it, and boom, that thing blew up. I mean,
I think they recorded the video the next day, didn't they?
that I'm not sure about. Right? I mean, I can't believe they had that song on an album, and we're thinking, nope, that's not a single. I mean, that just baffles me.
I wonder what they had lined up for the next single.
I think they were just done with the album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they were thinking along the lines of it wasn't your typical lovey-dovey bullshit ballad, that it wasn't going to stand. That it wasn't going to stand a chance.
Right. Yeah. That's valid point. Valid point.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Fuck. Number 3, and we're on Hopper.
Well, I didn't do my number 4 yet.
We're on number 4, right?
Number 4.
We're on 4. So.
And where the fuck are we?
I just did number 4, so it's
Hopper.
Hopper.
Yeah, it's a Hopper.
All right, yeah. I'm the last one, I guess.
Write some of this shit down.
I went to a podcast convention, I don't know, a couple years back, and I got to meet up with Brian and talk to him a little bit. Brian Forsyth of KIX. And my question was, after all these years, what's your favorite song still to play live to this day? And he had told me Cold Blood, I'll Blow My Fuse. So Cold Blood's coming in at number 4. Really not, and everybody said it, so you know it's a great song. It's classic.
What
He still loves playing it.
Was that called Rockin' Pod, or where were you at?
Yeah, Rockin' Pod.
I want to go to that. There's a 2025 one. I was telling Metal Mike that he should go because I don't want to.
There is that.
Yeah, that's that.
Nashville.
I'll meet you there.
There you go. Brian,
it's a lot of fun. I went. I think I went the year before last. Maybe it was before COVID when I went.
Right. Okay. All right. Kick ass. Okay. That was Hopper's number 4. We're on Brian's number 4, and then Brian is the last one on number 4.
I think other people, someone brought up 4, but Blow My Fuse, No Ring Around the Rosie.
Nice.
I love No Ring Around No Ring Around Rosie, no halo in her hair. So it's a great line. Love the groove. She'll shake her hips and make a blind man blush.
That's a great line.
Great lines. Oh my God. And when the music stops and they start singing the chorus, or the rest of the band's on a rest, and they go bad, bad girl, and in the middle of that you hear Whiteman go, "Ooh," it leads into the song again. Great tune, such a killer song off this album.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Again, you guys you're talking about it, and I can hear it every time Guru does lyrics. It's just like, I can hear it in my head. Mm-hmm. You do it, I can hear it in my head. It's so great, dude. I'm pumped you put that on there.
I love that tune.
Absolutely. Honorable mention for me. So that finishes our number 4. Ryan started the number 4. Bergie is going to start our number 3. Bergie, what do you got?
This is the last one from Midnight Dynamite, which is the title track for Midnight Dynamite. So for me, this album was huge. 3rd song in a row I have from this album. Could be more songs from it in the top 10. This song being the opening track on the album marked a musical shift for the band. I feel like this is where they kind of took on more of that AC/DC sound to me. This whole album was just the perfect segue into what would be their biggest album, Blow My Fuse, the follow-up. So this is a staple of the live show, and I love the awesome album cover with Steve singing into a lit stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
So Chad's got Cold Blood right here from Blow My Fuse. So
okay,
that's my 3.
All right, my number 3 is Don't Close Your Eyes. And everybody knows I fucking love ballads. And I think I did a video a long while back on what I thought were the 10 best hair metal ballads of all time, mainly from the hits. And I did another one that was like the obscure ones. But this one, I think it was in my top 5. one of my favorite ballads of all time. And I've always like I loved bands who tried to challenge you a little bit more with the lyrics. I mean, I liked the sex stuff. I liked the love songs. Um, but man, I immediately gravitated towards House of Pain. I immediately gravitated towards Don't Close Your Eyes. And, you know, I mean, I taught English for a long time. I used to write my own lyrics. And so these lyrics grabbed me. I mean, it was anti-suicide. And, you know, you get that haunting keyboard intro and the lyrics, what you doing out in the nighttime? Why'd you call me on the phone? Your mama can't solve your problems. When's daddy ever get home? So you did your little move and cried in the middle of a suicide, and you can hear Steve's voice just like start climbing the ladder. That's what Ryan always says it that way. Amazing, deep, dark, sad, emotional, and I love that shit. It's my number 3. So, all right, moving on to Jay. What's your number 3?
Well, you know, Ryan said everything was off of Blow My Fuse and Midnight Dynamite on his list. And mine's been about the same until now. Nice on Ice off Cool Kids.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
All right.
Wasn't expecting that. Cool.
Yeah.
I really dig that riff. It's upbeat as shit. Moves along. Great song that probably 75% of people have never heard, which is a damn shame.
Good
That
pick.
album, nobody gives that album any love much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Moving on to Hopper.
All right, so my third one is off Hot Wire, is Girl Money.
Oh, there you go.
And I know when you go see them live, especially if you go close to Baltimore, when they say the line, use the line Baltimore, girl from Baltimore, man, the people just go crazy just because they're hometown heroes, and it's a great live song. I mean, it just is.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah. That was my fucking number 5.
And
So-
you know, back then, well, I was single back then, so that was like, you know, that was a party anthem for me. You know, work all week, spend your girl money.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm single right now, just an FYI. So
Shit, Cal Ripken and KIX. They're the staples.
yeah, right. Yeah, Baltimore. Yep, absolutely.
All
right.
Eggs.
Moving on to Brian. What's your number 3?
My number 3 off of Hot Wire, Same Jane. Gotta love that beginning. Red Hot Woman by the Name of Jane. And the guitars come in. And that 3-piece suit will never turn you on. And it kicks in the rest of the song. And I love the chorus in this where it goes, where's the same Jane? Used to party, spend all your money. Why'd you have to change? And I feel like that's the same girl. You guys mentioned Cold Blood. It's the same woman growing up, and it's boring now. And it's remembering the good old times when we used to go out and have fun and just piss away our cash on partying and boozing. And that, what happened to that person? I don't know. You'll get older. Sorry, Steve. That's what happens to all of us. But yeah, that's my number 3. I love that tune.
Yeah, I used to spend all my money on booze and chicks, and the rest of it I wasted.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Ryan. What do you got for your number 3?
All right. Well, as the list whittles down, I thought that some others would be number 1 and 2, but this might be a lot of you guys' number 1 and 2. Here's where I have Blow My Fuse, the song, the killer rock and roll ain't noise pollution-esque song here. Slow chugger, really cool title track. I love it. I never turn it off. Love this song. So here's where I got it up top.
All right, Blow My Fuse is your number 3. Okay, I think that finishes up our number 3s. Bergie started that, so I will start our number 2s. And once you start getting to the end, you can kind of tell the cream of the crop from the cream of the crop, because my number 2 is also a song that has been said many times. It's Blow My Fuse, the title track of the Blow My Fuse album. Great guitar riff. Whiteman's vocals are awesome. And the lyrics, this is one of the verses. Baby, shake my tower. Get it while it's hot. Baby, feel my power. 50,000 watts. Come on, feel the voltage. Let it sink on through from the whites of my eyeballs to the soles of my shoes. I mean, that's pure fucking poetic genius. So, out of a, like when a band can make a sex song with cool kick-ass and not just dumb, stupid lyrics, it just adds to it. So blow my fuse, man. And all so utterly catchy, a song I just do not get tired of. So it's my number 2. Jay, what's your number 2?
Nobody's went newer yet. My number 2 is off of Rock Your Face Off. It's Love Me With Your Top Down.
Nice.
I
Nice.
fucking love that song. The one time I saw KIX live was at the Iowa State Fair. Shit, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, something like that. They played a couple songs off of Rock Your Face Off, and that one just shit. I hadn't heard it before, blew me away, and that patented swagger that Steve has on stage at Charisma, he was, I mean, working it. Fucking great song.
Oh yeah, I'm right with you. And
That was
shit. I have not. I like that song, but I have not honestly spent enough time with that album. And I bought it right when I came out, and I should go back and give it a few spins. But
Obviously, because Donnie wrote most of the music before, and he wasn't in the band at that point.
Yeah.
There's a little difference, but honestly, it's got that same AC/DC feel to most of the CD. I think it's great.
It reminds
Underrated.
me more of like the
Mm,
Funny
okay.
Money stuff. And that Steve did most of the writing in the Funny Money stuff, so that's probably why it sounds like that.
right. Okay. Moving on to Hopper for your number 2.
All right, my number 2, and I'm surprised this one hasn't been mentioned. I think I've only heard it mentioned once. Is off Midnight Dynamite is Cold Shower.
Yes.
That's a
That's
good
probably
one.
the first. That's the first KIX song I'd ever heard, and I was hooked. I mean, immediately. And I know we went. It was really weird because we went to see them. I don't know if y'all. There's a place called Jack's that they used to play all the time down at DC. But there was these 2 kids. They must. I don't know if their sister was babysitting them or what the deal was. But they were like they had their hats on backwards, had the Limp Bizkit look and all this stuff. It was during that time era, the new metal. And this was the only song they got into for KIX's their whole set. And I'd always thought this song was ahead of its time when it came out because it kind of had that new metal sound. And I've always liked it. I think it's a classic. So that's my number 2, Cold Shower from Midnight Dynamite.
Okay. All right. Good call. Brian.
I got another one from Hot Wire, and it's another parentheses song. Pants on Fire, parentheses, Liar, Liar. What? That's quotes. Liar, Liar. And it's got that cool opening riff. Oh, so good. Love the arrangement of the solo. You got a new part in that first half of the solo, and it goes back to that original riff. It's so tasty. I always like the lyric. You said I was your only man, but I saw where you put your hand. That ain't no way to treat me right. Saw your little head go down. Word is all over town. Yeah, I caught you red-handed. Fucking great stuff. It's such a killer tune. One of my favorites off that album.
All right. Good call. Good call. Yeah. Okay. Ryan, what's your number 2?
Get It While It's Hot. And this was tough not to make this my number 1. This kick in, this video, the setting with white men wearing his black Blow My Fuse shirt. It's awesome. Very tough not making my number 1, but I'm holding off.
Okay. Good call. Bergie.
Well, good picks, everybody, so far. Hopper, I did have Cold Shower at number 4. Jay, awesome pick. I didn't have anything off of Rock Your Face Off or Show Business, but I do love both those albums. My number 2, this is, to me, one of the catchiest tunes in their entire catalog. It's a little harder, one of the best sing-along choruses. And the song to me just jumps out of the speakers. Red Hot Woman by the name of Jane. Rock and roll queen, drive a man insane. 3-piece suit grabbed her up and gone. That 3-piece suit will never turn you on. Same Jane, baby. Hot Wire. My only song from Hot Wire, surprisingly.
Okay.
I love that.
Awesome.
Chad has a deep cut here from Midnight Dynamite. Actually, his last two are from Midnight Dynamite. Lie Like a Rug.
Nice. A good one.
Very good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. That wraps up the number twos.
Real quick.
And we're going to go. I started that. So Jay is going to start off with the number ones. What do you got?
Oh, my number one was Brian's number two. Get It While It's Hot. Brian handled the lyrics perfectly earlier. I don't have anything to add to it. Great fucking song. That's it.
At the top of my honorable mentions. Good call. Hopper, what's your number one?
If you're a KIX fan, you go to the shows, you're always waiting for this song. It's the very last song they play. It's got the great story to go with it live. Is Yeah, Yeah, Yeah off the first debut album.
That's
now,
right.
I saw my friends, they were big KIX fans, and they're like, if you watch KIX a lot, you got to go with number one.
Okay. All right. I'll admit I'm kind of surprised that that's your number one. Not that it's not a great song, but okay. I like being surprised. Brian, what's your number one?
My number one was a song that first got me into KIX, and you guys brought it up a couple times. It's Cold Blood. I will still raise the volume on that song. That opening riff is killer. It takes me back to when I was a teenager in 1988. It's the song, like I said, got me into KIX. Saw it on Headbangers Ball on MTV, and was like, I got to get this song in my life. I got to go out and get this thing, and bought it on CD. I got that. I always like Good Love Is All You Need, but You Don't Want to Know. Cold Blood Is All You Bleed. Such a killer chorus. And that drum break when it goes, well, such good stuff. I got the rest here. I mean, to me, that's probably my favorite song by them. It's such a hooky, catchy tune. Great song. That's my number one.
You know, I got a story with that song. Do you know that was the song that they was playing when Jimmy Chafflon had his heart attack?
Get out.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
No shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he did his drum solo right after that. Well, he does it during that song, and I didn't know what was going on. You know, Steve looked back, and it's just got then the lights come up, and it was crazy.
When was that again?
That was probably about 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I mean, you get up in years. Playing drums is not for the old, especially if you got a high energy show going. What's his face? Who's the drummer of the classic line of Megadeth? Mick Menza. He died on stage playing drums. I can't remember his name. The drummer from Twisted Sister.
AJ Pero.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When he was in Adrenaline Mob, he had a heart attack in the bus on the way home. Yeah, when you get up there in years, there's a lot of stuff going on playing drums. It's not just sitting down.
Well, you know, they've always said that they've asked, you know, Hetfield how long they're going to go, and he's like, as long as Lars can go, that's going to be it.
Right.
Yeah. Because Mick Menza actually said he wanted to die on stage. And when he did, I'm paraphrasing now, but Megadeth's like, oh, that son of a bitch. He went exactly how he wanted to. He got his wish.
Yeah.
Man, when I die, I hope I die, peacefully, calmly, in my sleep, like my grandpa, not like everybody else in the car screaming and crying. So, okay. That was, who was that? Who did that one?
That was me. That was my number one.
That was your number one. Ryan, what's your number one?
Okay, we agree. Cold Blood. And I assumed many of us would have this as like top three or maybe number one. But what a ripper. The guitar riff, the drum kick in, the chorus. Love the cast in the video, too, if you know what I'm talking about. So, great song, dude. I like I said, I thought this would be a clean sweep for number one, but you cannot escape this song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Killer tune.
Moving on to Bergie.
Real quick, Guru, you talked about being at a show in Fargo for KIX.
Yep.
I've seen them a couple times in Fargo, and the last time I saw them, I'm just curious if this was the one you were at. It was like a rib fest or something, and there was a tornado, and they cut the show short. Did you go to that one?
No, I don't know why I wasn't there, but I had something. But I was supposed to be at that show, but I couldn't be there. I saw him like 2 years ago at the fairgrounds over the fair.
Okay. Yeah, I think last time I saw him, and sad that I didn't get to see the rest of the show. But anyway,
We only have earthquakes here once every 30 years. So if you guys want to live in this,
Yeah,
state, it's
exactly.
fine. I swear it's not that bad. But
because California's safe.
pass on earthquakes, pass on hurricanes.
Yeah, earthquakes, forest fires, riots every 10 to 15 years. Great fucking state.
Yeah, real cool, Ryan. Way to go.
And if none of that stuff happens, you step in homeless person shit in the way walking to work.
That's right.
That's
I've done that.
Way to be
I've done
show,
that.
way to be the shit show of the country, Ryan. Real cool.
So my number one in Cold Blood, good picks. I actually had that at number one, and I just started moving some things around as I started adding songs to my list.
You
My
can be
number
wrong.
one-
That's fine.
No, I'm not. I'm right. You guys are wrong. It's okay. The opening guitar lick to this song
He
is
did
just
buy Nevermind. Let me remind everybody.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
still bring that up. I mean, would it have been a better story if I stole it?
No.
No, okay, all right.
Be worse, actually.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Opening guitar lick, just awesome. And when it kicks in, it just gives me goosebumps. Seriously.
But what song was your number one again?
I'm getting to it.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. I thought
Come
you-
on, start a fire in my electric chair. Baby, cross my wires and light up my hair. Blow my fuse. I think somebody had this at 2. Maybe a couple of you guys did. Or Ryan, maybe you had it at 3.
I had it at 3, and I assumed it would be your number one.
Yep.
It was my 2.
My number one, I love I love the lyrics to the song. I just, like I said, I get goosebumps when it just kicks in, you know, when Steve starts singing that song, you know, the guitar lick at the beginning. And yeah. Had to be my number one. Chad, my partner, has Cold Shower right here at number one.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. My number one, and so I'm the last one. Drum roll, please. It's fucking
heart.
cold. It's fucking Cold Blood. And I assumed it would be everybody's number one. I've said before, I think that is one of the catchiest choruses, not of that album, of that year, but maybe of the fucking genre, of the fucking decade. Awesome guitar riff. I will never understand how it wasn't a massive, like they're nothing but a good time. The rock song that just blew up. And I think it was kind of a hit. I don't know if it was a major hit, but it got some airplay.
It got people's attention.
Yeah.
It got people's attention. But I still like, holy shit, that chorus. And Brian already ruined it for me by doing some of the lyrics to the chorus, but I wrote part of the verse. And when I say it, I can just hear it in my head. Dress is so tight, moving to the beat, set my feet on fire. Dream come true, I want to give it to you. Let the flame get higher. Like, holy. Anyway, I think that I told somebody, I said, we need to do like a top 10 catchiest or maybe best songs of the genre. I really think that Cold Blood, it probably wouldn't be number one, but it would be easily in my top 10 best songs of hair metal. So that is my number one.
Nice.
Does anybody want to throw out some honorable mentions?
Oh yeah.
And I'll start. I'll give you a couple honorable mentions. Bump the La La, Get It While It's Hot, Hot Wire, Rock and Roll Overdose, Ball Baby Ball, Show Business, and Midnight Dynamite. No, shit, Midnight Dynamite was actually in my list. So those are my honorables. Jay, you got some honorables?
Yep. The song Cool Kids, Girl Money, and Red Light, Green Light TNT.
All right, Hopper?
I'm just going to go throw some more trivia out there. All right, Cold Chills off Hot Wire. Does anybody here remember what movie that was in?
Fuck no.
That was in Wayne's World.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
I knew it was in something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's when they're in the diner.
Yeah, ain't Al Bundy. I think Al Bundy's talking to him.
Yeah, and it's such a weird.
Oh,
It's like
buddy.
the beginning of the second verse or something like that. And I was like, "What are they saying? What's that? Shadow, lose that smell, or something like that." I was like, "What the hell are they saying?" But I still don't know what they're saying. But it's a weird part of that song.
Yeah. Well, it's another one of them cold songs by them, Cold Shower, Cold Blood, Cold
Yeah.
Chills.
Okay. Awesome. Brian, you got any honorables?
Yeah, Love Pollution from Cool Kids. Girl Money, some of you guys already said. Rock Your Face Off, a great tune. Mighty Mouth, I like that one. Tear Down the Walls, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I almost said this to get Guru to come to my house and cuddle with me, but Loco Emotion.
I wrote that down. Loco Emotion.
Loco Emotion.
That if anybody puts that in their list, like, I don't know, I was going to have to come over and give them a body rub or something.
No, it was cuddle and do some through the above. Was it above the pants stuff?
Above the pants.
Outside the pants.
Outside
Hey,
the
Guru.
pants play.
Yeah.
On my channel,
I
I got a version of that song, Loco Emotion, live at like some fairground or something.
no shit.
That's
Okay,
hilarious. They
go
would do
check it
that
out.
live. That and Get Your Monkeys Out with just these weird new wave songs, like really they just threw on there, and it's like, what happened to what you did in the first album?
Yeah.
It's just weird songs.
I offered, instead of just the outside the pants play, that we would play let's just put the tip in and see how it feels, and we'll stop right there. Okay. Anyway, Ryan, you got any honorables?
Yeah, first of all, I can't believe you had "Get It While It's Hot" on your honorables. That's like one of the. You're talking about "Cold Blood" being one of the top songs. Like that's one of the top.
You're right.
I don't know what you're thinking. Also, I only had "Blow My Fuse" and "Midnight Dynamite," which I'm very proud of. Still, I know I announced that earlier, but I'm very proud of it. But my others are "Girl Money," "Hot Wire," "Yeah Yeah Yeah," and "Red Light Green Light TNT."
I will say, though, I did not put the ballad "Walking Away"
That's a
on my
great
list,
song.
and usually I'm the fucking ballad king. So
That's like my third favorite. Or "Don't Close Your Eyes" is like my third favorite. I'm glad it broke them. They deserved it. They deserved to get the Blow Up Your Video tour for sure. They probably rivaled AC/DC big time in that one because they were brethren in their riffage. But yeah, I don't love that song. I love their other ballads much more.
Mhm.
okay,
I think it's been played so much that it's just been played to death.
Yeah.
all right, Bergie, any honorables?
I said it before. To me, they're all honorable mentions. Like you literally could throw a song,
Yep.
any one, and I don't have anything bad to say about it. I mean, I celebrate their entire catalog.
I know that in the next couple of days, I plan on going back to the Rock Your Face Off album, which I bought on CD right away. I just have not listened to it enough. Okay.
It's pretty cool that we chose a band. It's like our Britney Fox episode where they're not the hugest, but you go through it and you're like, fuck, how can I choose this? There's so many good songs. It's really awesome that we chose a band like that again. And also the logo, they totally ripped off the Power Age AC/DC logo for KIX. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Right. Okay, that wraps up our top 10 from a phenomenal yet highly underrated band of the hair metal genre, KIX. With that, Jay from Iowa, thanks for being back on, man.
I appreciate you having me on. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Hopper from Hopper's Metal Show, first video on the Hair Metal Guru channel. Thanks a lot for being on.
Yeah, I'm glad you had me. Hopefully you have me back.
Absolutely.
Especially if you do a rat show, hint, hint.
You know what? We haven't done a rat top 10 songs, have we?
No, we haven't.
That I'm sure will come up at some
Guru's favorite, Way Cool Jr. That's what I spelled it.
because horns have such a place in hair metal. All right. Brian from the Hairband Basement, thanks again for being on, man.
Thanks for having me on again. Catch me on X, follow me on Twitter. Always talking music there. Download the Station Head app and check out my show on Fridays around 8-ish Eastern time. So you can hear the deepest of tracks from this genre, greatest genre of music.
Absolutely. Ryan from the band Metalcast. Thanks for being on, man.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And Bergie from the Rock Resurgence Radio. Thank you for being on again.
Thank you for having us again, or me this time, I guess, flying solo. But check us out on Rock Resurgence Radio. Me and Chad, we got some great interviews coming up. We got a couple actually that we're shooting tomorrow. So those will be a few weeks before you see those out. But our latest one coming out this Friday, and I don't know when this episode will be out, but we have the drummer from Heaven's Edge.
Nice.
You guys are getting some fucking interviews. I've only done one interview. You guys have done more interviews than I have. Fuckers.
We got to get some
Love Heaven's Edge, dude.
So
Great
please.
job.
Yeah,
That's
get
a
some
great
clout.
band.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, follow me on X at Hair Metal Guru. I have a couple Facebook pages, Classic Rock Fargo, Hair Metal Guru. Please like, subscribe. Hey, tell us what your top 10 or however many songs you want, KIX songs in the comments. And what the hell, ring the bell if you want to get notifications. Whatever you can do to support the channel. I just appreciate you being here. Until the next video comes out, my name's Anthony. They call me the Guru. Take care.